It's very clear that live shopping in the US is going to be a huge, huge market. There are full-time sellers doing 50,000 a year, 100,000 a year, all the way up to, nine figures a year.
Meet Grant LaFontaine, the co-founder and CEO of Whatnot, one of the fastest growing live shopping platforms in the US. If you haven't heard of it, think QVC meets TikTok, where anyone can go live, auction off products, and build their own community of shoppers. So just briefly though, explain to what this is, because I think a lot of people know QVC, but this whole internet live shopping thing has actually kind of blown up, particularly in Asia over the last few years. So how would you explain this to somebody who isn't necessarily familiar with what you're doing, and how does it compare to QVC or something that maybe people are more familiar with?
The way I personally like to think about it is live video is sort of the best way to bring in-person commerce online. So it's almost as if anyone can set up a brick and mortar shop anywhere without, building the building. And you can go live, people can find you, you can talk to them, you can discover new goods, and it's on your phone. So there's a lot of other fun things you can do, including hanging out at, midnight when nothing else is going on.
If I'm correct, your valuation has doubled, I think, in just about a year or so, which I think speaks to the growth in this whole sector. I mean, what are you seeing in terms of more and more people adopting this?
It's very clear that live shopping in the US is going to be a huge, huge market, and it's definitely going to be one of those shifts we see in e-commerce over the next 5 to 10 years. It's sort of been happening in Asia over the past decade or so, where I think there's upwards of $1 trillion worth of products being sold through live video in China, and something like 30 to 40% of all e-commerce is happening through this channel.
There has been some reporting, at least it seems like that, the market's going to jump from about, I want to say 40 something billion right now to 60 billion, but then maybe it would stagnate in the US. Do you think that's fair, or do you see this sort of having exponential growth possibility?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon. What we've seen in our business over the past couple of years is it just keeps accelerating. So we think there's real value for businesses. It's an incredibly great channel to reach new audiences and do it in a really cost-effective way. And customers love the experience, as evidenced by the 80 minutes a day that they're watching.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think it is that draws people in? Is it sort of like having that personal connection with somebody selling something? What do you think it is that makes people so obsessed with this?
Going to a store and shopping's fun. It's experiential. With online commerce today, you're sort of tapping into a search bar and efficiently getting it. So you lose a lot of the fun factor. But I think the core of it is that people find shops that they love, they build connections with, they trust them, and they keep coming back. And so it is a very sort of human draw that keeps people coming back again and again.
I do want to talk a little bit about now TikTok. It seems like Amazon, a lot of bigger companies with obviously huge existing customer bases are getting into this. What do you think you're going to continue to offer that maybe a TikTok or an Amazon isn't, and how do you see competing with them?
It's going to be a really, really large market, like it is in Asia, near $1 trillion. And so you're going to see lots of people try and get in. We're just really focused on building the best live and social commerce experience in the market. We're the only company that's sort of purpose-built to do it. And I think that's the reason we've continued to grow and stay ahead as we have been. So we'll just do as we normally do, which is focus on our customers. And if you deliver for your customers, you'll have a really good business in hand.
Obviously now you're focused on fashion and collectibles. What do you think's next? Are people going to start selling cars or, everything on Whatnot?
I think people will start selling everything. I think we're seeing people sell plants, we're seeing painters. The one that I'm personally really excited for is eventually unlocking a bunch of food and drink categories. I think it'll be a really magical experience to be able to, get fresh fish from a fisherman or get fresh produce from a farmer. We're a little ways away from making that happen at scale, but that's a personal passion project for me that I'd like to figure out how to do.
Is the average seller on this app, is that what they're doing full time? I mean, how much money are they making, would you say?
I think 1 in 10 sellers today is full time on the app. So it's quite considerable.
Wow.
The range that you can make, there are full time sellers doing 50,000 a year, 100,000 a year, all the way up to nine figures a year. I think this is basically the next evolution, which is, as opposed to spending tons of money and people driving back and forth to shops, you can have a lot of that experience from the comfort of your couch. And if you're a seller, you can do it at a fraction of the cost.